Here we are live. Here we are live. Me and my little guy Sage here, hanging out, watching some Georgia, Missouri, in the lead up to LSU, Alabama. You can probably hear it in my voice. I've got a little bit of a sinus infection I'm fighting off. It's not been fun. Not been fun. A few days in bed, literally, because that type of stuff usually helps me recover pretty well. And you've basically seen, it was such a good game where Mizzou was really battling there with Georgia in that first half, and then you just saw Georgia do what we usually see Georgia or like an Alabama team do, where they just, in kind of an efficient, effective but boring manner, just kind of take over the game in the second half after playing really ugly first in the first half. And here they are, 24-13 now. What was it, 13-13 at half? So looks like Georgia, number 2 in the nation, are going to continue to remain undefeated. What's up, buddy? You want another Ritz? Yes. So it looks like Mizzou, for all their tough talk, 7-1 record, 12th in the nation ranking, higher than LSU. Looks like they might get beat here by Georgia. There's 14 and a half minutes left. By all means, Mizzou, it would be interesting to see them beat Georgia, but maybe it would be better for LSU if Georgia go in as highly ranked as possible into that SEC title game, just in case we make it. So then if we beat them in that SEC title game, then it would mean even more, just to help our resume. Because you and I both know, even if LSU win this Alabama game, there will still be those doubters. There will still be those LSU questions about the defense, about all sorts of stuff with LSU, where there's just, it's like, why is there questions about LSU? I understand that the defense is garbage. There's a lot of other teams that have a lot of other deficiencies as well. So why is that not like a disqualifying factor for them? It always is for LSU, though. They never take into account our strength of schedule. Yes, they never do. They never take into account our strength of schedule. They never take into account how tight these games are that we lose usually. Last few years we've had some beat downs, but historically in this last yes, and he's trying to learn how to talk. He's trying to copy me. In this last 10 plus years, you've really seen LSU, when we lose these type of games to these maybe bigger programs, they're tight games. Well, last few years, they've kind of been some beat downs. So, I understand that. Nothing to say now? Nothing to say now? Oh my God, Mizzou just scored. Boom. Scored just like that. That drive was like a minute and 25, 30 seconds. Get him right back in this game. Here he is. Sage, stop. Jesus. Schrader gets hit at like the 3-yard line, and that's a weak-ass attempted tackle there from Georgia. Like, Georgia's defense, I understand. They're 2-time defending national champions. Ultimate respect. Ultimate respect. They went back-to-back. They have a chance to go for a three-peat. Alabama only went back-to-back once under Nick Saban. Only went back-to-back once. And Mizzou get the 2-point conversion. Wow. Okay, so there was a flag on that 2-point conversion, but it didn't matter. Now Mizzou are only down 3 points with like 12 and a half minutes left. Wow. So it went from Georgia in control of this game to shitting away a drive, giving Mizzou the ball back, and Mizzou scoring like that. Luther Burden with some big plays there. What a crazy day in college football. And it's going to be even crazier tonight. LSU, Alabama. You've seen all of our previews most likely if you're watching this. You've read our preview articles, our preview videos to see what we think is coming. We have predicted kind of a chalk storyline where it's going to be back and forth, 49-41. LSU's defense get a pick six through Javian Toviano that kind of turns this game, gives Jaden Daniels and the offense just enough space, just enough gravity to air this thing out and to run the clock out basically on Alabama. And Alabama get this thing within 8 in the last minute, but it's too little too late. LSU get out of there 49-41. That is our prediction. As we edge closer and closer to this game, you're seeing so many Alabama picks from national voices, national media members. Does that shock you? Does that worry you? Does that concern you? Does that make you believe less in an LSU victory? Does it make you believe more in an LSU victory? He's running away. He's like, oh my God. The look on his face is so funny. He wants to laugh, but he's like, what was that? You just repeated me. So, I mean, like, literally, is this going to be a game? Is this going to be a game where we see... I don't even know what the hell I was talking about because of this little bastard. You're killing me, dude. You kill these shows anytime you're here. You kill these shows like... Oh, I shouldn't say that joke on yeah, I shouldn't say a joke about someone's death on the show. That wouldn't be nice. I was going to say a joke about a certain celebrity, but I'll just refrain from doing that. Wow. Ooh, Georgia. Oh, that guy, for a second, that camera angle made it look like he was going to break it. Ooh. It was like the kicker and one guy in his way if he could have gotten past those guys. Ooh. Could have been gone. Well, this LSU-Alabama game, we've seen a lot of national media people literally say LSU have no chance. This is going to be a game where Alabama get their revenge and kind of say, look, we're back. We're back, There's some that say, LSU can have a chance. The LSU are going to keep it close, but they're going to ultimately lose because that's what LSU do against Alabama, right? That's kind of the narrative. That's what we've heard from so many national voices over the last few days is the predictions have come in. And a lot of people are kind of balking and mocking a lot of the narrative before, which was a shootout and LSU's offense being just simply too good. Just simply too good for Alabama to stop. Simply too good for Alabama's offense to even keep up with. Little monkey is crazy. I'll get you some hot dogs. Hopefully that'll make you shut up. Oh no, he told his son to shut up. Oh no. How could he? Let's cancel him. Shame him publicly. So, I don't know. This game, you never see what you expect with these games. It always surprises you, these LSU Alabama games. Think about last year. The first half of that game, basically almost like the first 2.5 quarters, there was like 1 touchdown, 2 touchdowns. barely any points on the board. And then suddenly the game exploded into life. And you can't say that it was an overtime game. The points were in overtime. There was 2 touchdowns traded, 1 touchdown apiece traded in overtime. So that game suddenly burst into life in that last quarter with a ton of points. A ton of points. It went from a grinded out kind of defensive struggle into a shootout. Just like that. 2.5 quarters of grinded out, tooth removing type of just everything mattered. A huge chess match, reviews, endlessly long reviews, all this minutia, every single damn play. And then it went from that to just 0 to 200. And the game was fast paced, it was out of control, and both offenses took over. We could see LSU's young guys ball out on defense. Because here's what I think. And anyone who's watched our coverage all week knows that we believe this, right, Sage? I mean, Sage probably even knows we believe this at this point. We almost feel more confident with these young guys that LSU are going to put out there. We know they're going to struggle. We know they're going to have bad moments. Tobiano, Ryan Yates, Jeremiah Hughes, Ashton Stamps, LT Welch, all those guys. We know they're going to have moments where they get exposed. The point is we were already getting exposed earlier. We were already getting burned earlier. But now we have a chance to make some plays while doing it. Make some big time, create some turnovers. And I really do like that Sage Ryan is on the field. I know he's been criticized. Same name as you, buddy. Same name as you, Sage as well. Mr. Ryan, number 15. You know that he's going to do something. We've shown you the footage where he goes for that ball last year. He goes for that strip on Christian Latou, where he pokes that ball out. Let me get that footage back. And it's just a play where it's like, okay, if LSU can get a few of these plays, and actually, I understand the review in the end took the play away, but if we can get some of those type of plays, the Jarek Bernard Converse interception in the red zone early, that's another thing with this game. When LSU have won these games against Alabama, notice that there have been these wild, wacky first drive turnovers. There was Ray Thornton recovers the fumble, the Tua ghost fumble, right in the first drive against LSU in 2019. They're going down there to score. They're going down there to put up 7 on us. They just went all over our defense up and down the field. And Tua just gets lost in making 2 different plays, throw or pump fake it. And the ball kind of and it goes out. Thornton pounces on that thing. Whole momentum of that game changes. Whole momentum of that game changes. And so we can get one of these plays early in that game, preferably early in tonight's game, I should say. Preferably first drive, second drive, something like that to kind of set a tone. That would be beautiful. That would be beautiful. So here's that play with Sage Ryan.
He has time to scan and puts it to Latou, and he's going to be spun down. Lost the ball. Comes out. LSU says they got it, and they do.
But
the second turnover tonight for the Tide.
Whips the 2 around and just
Sage Ryan just somehow holds on to the bigger tight end, doesn't give up on the play, and rips the ball away from Latou.
And just because of
this
the
is a
slightest
big
of touches
game
from
for
the two on
Alabama.
this recovery,
Deep in LSU
him and,
territory, as I said, he didn't give
Brooks
up on that
Jr.
play. And before that ball can get out of bounds,
right there,
LSU jumps on top of it.
the
Greg
ball,
Brooks makes a recovery. One of those transfers from Arkansas. Ryan is a freshman. The young guys have made some huge impact plays for this Tigers defense tonight.
Mean, that's just one guy. That's just one player. But he's going to be the leader
for
out there
Alabama
today.
and plus territory.
Okay, he's going to be the leader out there tonight for these young guys. He's got to have some big moments for this defense. He's shown it with a lot of tackles this season. He's shown it with getting some TFLs, but he hasn't created a turnover yet this season. He created 5 last year, 2 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and he batted a pass that was intercepted by Frank Wilson's son, who then returned it 99 yards for a touchdown against Purdue. He hasn't created one, but he's had a lot of TFLs this year. Third on the team in TFLs with 3, and had some good tackles. He's also had some bad plays as well. He's also missed a lot of tackles. He's gotten burned on some plays. He is yet to allow a touchdown, though. He has not been directly charged for a touchdown this season. So, take that as you will. We need to make him a bottle real quick. It's LSU, Alabama, buddy. So, yeah, I mean, this game, there's some people who are kind of being elitist about it and saying, yeah, everyone thinks it's going to be a shootout. Watch this. This game will be a defensive struggle and blah, blah, blah. Can you see them stopping that offense, buddy? Okay, enough of the theatrics. You know what I'm doing. There you go, bud. There you go. Drink. Let Daddy do the show. So, I mean, this game could be all over the place. Is what I guess I'm trying to say is you don't buy into one view of expectation of what you believe this game is going to be, either LSU victory or LSU loss. Because I'm telling you, if you do that, it's going to hurt. Because if LSU lose this game, there's a lot of things that could happen for LSU. There's a lot of things that'll be taken away from us. A lot of opportunities that'll be taken away. A lot of award opportunities that won't be, Jaden Daniels won't be at the Heisman Award ceremony if he does not win this game. I mean, they're talking about him not even being the front runner when it's clear he's the front runner. They're talking about him just winning to earn the right to be there. Like that's a disrespect. That's another level of disrespect towards Jaden Daniels. And so I think you're going to see an angry, a vicious, an exacting, a predatory Jaden Daniels absolutely destroy Alabama's soft, undisciplined triangle coverage. He's going to look the safety off, get them deep. He's going to play action, the up man, get them stuck into the wash, and then he's going to find those one-on-one coverages and pick them off all night long. Because I think Denbrock, Petzing, Joe Sloan, especially Brian Kelly, these guys who deal with the quarterbacks day in, day out, they know how to keep them sharp. And I'm telling you what I would be showing Jaden Daniels while he's doing all these interviews with Tom Rinaldi, doing all these other things. I'd be showing him, hey, look, these guys may be kissing your ass to your face. Look at what they're saying behind your back, man. They don't think you have it. They don't think you have it in you to even beat Alabama. They think last year was a fluke. I'd be firing him up. Jaden Daniels doesn't need any firing up. Jaden Daniels is going to be ready for every game he plays. He's gonna be up and at him. The point is, I want him pissed off, because when Jaden Daniels has played pissed off, he has been unstoppable for LSU. Look at the way he was going into the Florida game. He was so angry going into that Florida game, right in the after the ashes of the Tennessee loss. He put up over 300. No one gave a shit, and it didn't matter because, well, we got our asses kicked by Tennessee. So at home, and that team didn't even make the SEC championship game. So yeah, it was a very disturbing defeat. But he was pissed off going in that game. He maintained that anger and that poise, he was poised pissed offness. If that's not even a word, but a poised pissed off energy vibe, where it was like he controlled it, he harnessed it, and he delivered it through with his legs, through the air. It didn't matter. And people who haven't watched too much of the film from last season forget that Daniels started dropping the dimes later in the season. Whether you don't remember it, whether you do remember it, like it was there. And that's why he didn't have that many rushing yards, rushing touchdowns as this season. And that's why this season his stats look so gaudy, is because of that differential where it's like, look at the first half of the season. He's barely throwing the football. He's running all over the place. Okay, a lot of wasted drives. And then you see the second half of the season, completely different offense, completely different vibe for the most part. Sans Arkansas and A&M. Other than those games, you saw some ridiculous offensive play. And so you have to feel, going into this game, Jaden Daniels dialed in. It's going to usher something in that defense. He knows he needs that defense to do something to win him this game. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's forcing punts, it doesn't matter if it's forcing turnovers. Doesn't matter if it's sacking Jalen Milroe. It doesn't matter if it's just harassing him, pressuring him on third down, making it so we get off the field on third down. Whatever the hell it is, you do it well, and you do it for 4 quarters. And if you do that, Jaden Daniels has a chance to win this game. Like, you don't even have to be a top 50 defense tonight against Alabama. You don't have to be a top 100 defense against Alabama tonight to win this game. You just need to produce a few stops. I also do believe, though, that Alabama's offense is going to come to play. I think Alabama's offense is going to come and dial it up. And I think we need to be worried about Alabama's offense just as much as, like, everyone thinks that if LSU just do this, we're going to do this. And if we just get it a few plays on defense, we're going to win this game. We've got to see it actually happen. We've got to see both sides, all 3 phases, really, special teams as well, not fuck up. Like, simply just not screw the pooch here. Give Jaden Daniels the opportunity to go win this game for us. Deliver the football to his receivers, to his skill position guys, to his weapons. I have no question in my mind LSU can, should win this game. There are many different avenues to victory here for LSU. Many different avenues to victory here. Are they going to take them? Is LSU going to rise to this occasion, to this moment? Ooh. Oh, my God. Oh, he almost got in with the pick six. The big fat guy, Stackhouse. My God. What a play. Well, that's game over for Mizzou. Georgia with the pick six there almost. Like, that puts the ball inside the 5-yard line. Yeah, game's over. Feel bad for Missouri. What a gutsy performance there. I think I feel gutted. But you know, are LSU going to have the stones to pull this thing off on the road in Tuscaloosa? I think they do. But they're also going to need luck with some refs' decisions going their way. Like we saw last year, all the calls went against LSU. All the big time decisions went against LSU, and it still didn't matter. Like, that's not going to happen again. You know what I'm saying? Like, last year they did everything they could to give Alabama and Bryce Young that game. They would have loved an Alabama Georgia SEC title game and championship rematch. They would have loved it. You sound like a little fart, Sage. You sound like a little fart, buddy. You trying to get your words out, huh? Cute little guy. Trying to talk. He's getting close. He was saying dog the other day. And he saw some dogs on the TV, and he's dog, dog, dog. And he used to say it a few times around Rivers, kind of like, dog? Like, just kind of barely say it. But he is yet to say his first word. He's getting close, though. I think it's going to be probably mom or dog will be first. But yeah, I am... we will be far less encumbered and distracted by this little guy for the post game. We will be alone for that post game, at least that we know of. We might have some super fantastic guests join us. We'll be talking to, of course, a lot of different people during the game, like we always do, and we're going to float out some invitations to some people and see if they want to come on the post game show and talk about what transpired with us. Maybe we'll get some people who want to. Maybe we'll get some LSU Tiger players who want to. All of that and more after the game, right? In the immediate aftermath of LSU, Alabama, we're probably going to go live sometime in the fourth quarter. So keep your notifications on. We're going to say we're going to go live midway through the fourth. Okay? So... Yes. I'm cutting up your hot dog. Yes. 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 Here, buddy. Eat it. There you go. So, I mean, like, we won't be, luckily we won't be encumbered by this little guy for the post-game show because he's extremely distracting, extremely, just, you can't do a post-game show with a child. You can't do it. I mean, I've seen a lot of podcasters do this type of stuff over the years, trying to make it work, watching a child, trying to do a post-game, a pre-game where it's more relaxed. I felt like, okay, we can get away with doing it. I'd rather not cancel the pre-game and actually do it. So it's okay. I felt like we can do that as long as Sage isn't too vocal, because I don't want you guys to watch this and be annoyed by my son's bellowing, because he can be pretty annoying with his bellowing, especially when we're trying to have a discussion here about some serious shit that we wait all year for. And so when it comes to post-game shows, he just can't be in the room when I'm doing the show, unless it's a quick celebratory hug and stuff. It's too serious, it's too intense, and it's too crazy. And sometimes, we're angry because the game went a way we didn't want it to go. Sometimes you need to get pissed off and get kind of like animated to kind of accurately reveal how you feel. And sometimes I've had to kind of stifle that this season because he's literally like asleep right there or some bullshit, you know? So it's been a tough season with that. It's been a tough season. Not going to lie. There's been some games where we've been totally just left with him when we had no time to find a babysitter, total lack of communication, and we were screwed for the game. And somehow, some way, this little guy has luckily let me get a lot of writing done after the game. He'll go to sleep finally. And, you still can't really do a post-game show in that type of environment either because he could wake up at any moment. Go up there, attend to him for 5 minutes, maybe even 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. And, that's kind of strange to ask of your audience to suddenly just be gone for that long. And so we're going to do what we can. And we're going to try and make this the best damn post-game show possible. And that is not going to happen without you guys. Because we can only talk so long, before it just sounds like we're saying the same damn thing over and over and over. We're good writers. I think I'm a good writer, but I don't think I'm a good speaker yet. I think I haven't hit that echelon of being a good speaker, a good show host yet. We'll get there at some point, hopefully. But we're trying our best. We're trying our best. We're trying to combine the worlds of what we do and trying to expand what we do. The more we do these, the better I'm sure we'll get at them. And so it's been a few years of doing them. And still don't feel too, 100% confident in everything that we do. But you never should if you want to be the best at what you do. You shouldn't settle. You shouldn't feel, we know everything. We're amazing. We don't need to learn anything more. No, you should always be on your toes. Someone that people aren't talking about is Jace McClellan, the running back for Alabama. 22, I believe, is his number. Jace McClellan, he played in the game last year, minimal role behind Jahmyr Gibbs, but this year, Jace McClellan could be a big-time player for Alabama in this game. Watch out for him. He's a battering ram at times, but then he gets the speed going right up underneath. Man, they're showing the 2-point conversion. I love how they switched right to the helicopter aerial angle right when Jaden Daniels threw that, and it shows Mason and them celebrating. They switched right to the aerial thing as it shows the people descending onto the field. That was just epic production. You're sitting there in the booth switch to him now. Switch to Michael Bonnet escorting Kelly right now. Switch to Saban's disgrace on 3. No. Camera 3. Damn it. Camera 7's down. We need camera 6. Camera 6. We need the shot. We'll deliver the shot, John. You think that's funny? Camera 6. What do you got, camera 6? This is Missouri's last chance to even make this a game. 21-30, 3:57 left, 3 timeouts. If they can score again like they just did. Oh no, they're out of all 3 timeouts, my bad. You know what? That's a big subplot to this game though, Seiji. There's been a lot of big-time players for Georgia going down in this game. That's like the 4th or 5th Georgia player I have seen, big-time starter caliber player. hobbling off to the sidelines or to the locker room and are replaced for the rest of the game. Georgia have done some unbelievable recruiting. They really shouldn't have to worry too much about the next man up. But definitely something to keep an eye on if LSU get to that SEC title game. If what type of health condition Georgia are in when that game arrives. But here's the thing, LSU have a long way to go before we can even talk about that type of stuff. Alabama tonight, Florida next week will be there. Georgia State, oh my God, the worst game of the lot. Georgia State is the one I'm really worried about, guys. Damn it. That's the one that, what were you thinking with the scheduling there, Woody? Like Scott Woodward trying to kill us, putting Georgia State right there? Come on, man. Evil. And then, of course, finish the season with hopefully a revenge game against Texas A&M. Get A&M, get A&M. Get those Aggies, Sage, get them. So you're hoping that LSU finishes this season undefeated, 8-0, going to that SEC title game, beat number 1 or number 2 ranked Georgia. Here's the thing. It's going to be razor sharp. It's going to be razor thin. The margins for error here are almost nil. It's literally like where you're going. What's that movie where I think it was the Blues Brothers, where they're in that high-speed chase and like the car's sides like get just destroyed by whatever they're having to drive off into the distance through. They're like driving through like a toll or something, or another scene they're driving through a culvert or something where it's like an underground little tunnel thing, and it like scrapes the doors apart, it scrapes the roof off, but they're just barely inside. The car is still moving, flying down the highway. They're off, they've gotten away with it, and they're intact, they're good. Like, that's the type of like season this is gonna be, where it's like the doors are barely hinged onto the car. We're like frayed ends of sanity, like mind, heart, soul, spirit as a Tiger fan. But there's an enthralling just, woo, did we just get out of that one alive type of vibe about everything. That's what I'm sensing. That's what I'm sensing from this season, Sage. It's going to be crazy. Wow. Missouri with a big catch right there. I'm trying to think who. You know what, Sage? We literally went live without even linking this, without even sharing this. Oh my God. We basically did a throwaway show. Well, there's at least a few of you diehards who I know are watching. So thank you guys. I know Harold Hibbard's probably watching because he's a damn good friend who's very supportive and really makes you feel good when sometimes you wonder who the hell's watching. People like Jamer, people like Harold Hibbard, people like AD, people like Nurse Court are supporting you when you think no one cares, no one's watching. I never feel like that because I always know there's people like I just mentioned who are watching, who give a damn. And so it enhances my give a damn, my want to, which is always going to be there, whether I can see who's watching or not. There's tons of shows I do where I make sure that I block out the counter of how many people are watching, because it is a deceiving, annoying thing where it's like you want to be able to deliver the best content possible, whatever time someone's watching it, whether it's live with you, whether it's 2 hours later, 2 days later, 2 weeks later, 2 years later. And I can't tell you how many times I've seen people watching our videos years later that have, it's like that situation isn't even relevant now. What is this? Why are they watching this? It's hilarious sometimes. That's why you got to treat this thing like everything matters. Everything counts. And so this show, as much as I wanted it to be laid back and chill, because I've got my son here and there's no way around that. I know with the post game, it's going to be as serious as possible, and Seiji won't have to, he'll be asleep and won't be there. So it'll be all good for you, ultra serious fans who don't like us when we have the baby around. And we get it. We'd rather do the shows without the baby. But he's my son, and he comes first. If I can't find anyone else to watch him, he's gonna be here. And you know what? I've gotten quite fond of him, to be honest. Huh, Seiji? There was someone who once told me when I had Sage, like, your content is gonna suffer, and I believed that for a while, and then I actually looked at the truth of it. We've broken more stories since he's been alive. We've gotten more national credit since he's alive. We've actually been to LSU games, covering LSU games since he's been alive. We've been to LSU practices since he was, a little pea pod in a belly. And when he was basically just kind of a thought. But ever since he's been into the life, sometimes I don't even know what the hell I'm saying. But ever since he's been out into life, it's I think we've written our best articles. I think we've made our best content. I don't know if you'll agree, but I feel like, in my opinion, we have. Maybe it's because he's so damn distracting. We have to go over it so many different times to make sure we got it right. He's like, oh, I can't get in my playpen. He eventually figures it out how to get in. It's funny. There's a little door that he always tussles with for a second. So what kind of secondary would you have for this game? Tristan Sanchez says, hey, Lon, it's Tristan. I thought you canceled pregame. Also, is your prediction the same as it was preseason? It's pretty much the same as preseason. Preseason, it was 43-36. Tonight, it's 49-41. 7-point victory in the 40s. It's just us allowing 5 more points, scoring a little bit more. So I'd say, I guess my prediction is basically in line with what it was preseason, because it's mathematically, it's stylistically right there. I know a lot of people are picking the same thing or somewhat like it, but I just feel like it's going to be the highest scoring game in contest history. It's going to be a shootout. Awesome to see you in the show, Tristan. Sorry I didn't see these comments. And of course, Poe English, Jordan Haddad. What is up, my people? Jordan Haddad, always supporting. What's up, Jordan? How you doing? I've been telling you my feelings about this game all week. I've been telling you about my feelings about this game all show, and it's I feel confident. I feel a little bit of trepidation, feel a little bit of anxiety. I feel a little bit of like ruthless, like we're gonna get these motherfuckers. Like, I don't know. I'm feeling all sorts of stuff going into this game. I'm feeling all sorts of weirdness because it's just it's a game where if LSU win this thing, we are shot into the stratosphere. We become the center of college football in a way. It's all there for the taking. If we lose this game, we are once again kind of this, team who, they win and they've had Joe Burrow and they did this and yeah, but they're not that good. That it's just like this constant storyline when it comes to LSU. Well, they've done this and but they're really not that good. They're kind of a mid team, mid program. So this would go a huge way on the recruiting trail, just like it did last year, but it would like hammer it home on the recruiting trail. We didn't just beat them once, a 2-point conversion. You can call it a fluke. You can call it lucky. You can call it like that took some serious balls to call that play. But also now if you hammer it in by beating them with like a showtime type offense that they can't stop, that makes Saban's defense look archaic, you can't tell me that's not going to affect the recruiting trail. Sage, we just went live without even sharing this. I felt bad. I feel stupid because there's some people who wanted to watch this, and sometimes I am stupid with how I don't think of that. Dude, don't throw this at my guitar. That's dumb. That's not a good activity, huh? That's not a healthy activity, Sage. Poe English says, how are we feeling about tonight? I believe the defense will have the best game of the season. D-line going to eat tonight. Bully ball. Here's the thing. Alabama's offensive line are terrible. Abjectly terrible. Fat. Slow. Out of shape. Ooh, be careful, buddy. You just got yourself with a jug. With the bottle. But here's the thing. It might not matter because of Milroe's athleticism. Us, like, beating their guys off the edge, getting to him, is actually a great way for him to step up in the pocket and find rushing lanes and just be gone. So, it cuts both ways. Are LSU there to contain? Or LSU there to make the stops 2-3 yards downfield when there's the rushing lane. We make those windows close fast. Or are we going to let Milroe run all over us, which then opens up the pass, which, I believe they're going to start passing to open up the run. I think they could do it vice versa. Really, against this defense for us, they could do it vice versa. But to say that this defensive line is just unequivocally going to come into this game and be bully ball, I think is absolutely irresponsible to suggest, because our defensive line has only had 14 sacks in 8 games. And I know it's all about sacks, but that's pathetic. And 101 pressures in 8 games, pathetic. Pathetic. This is LSU football, predicated off of awesome hardcore defense, smash mouth football, and we look like a finesse program in a lot of ways. And on defense, the defensive line, we've got to get it going. We got to get Coach Lindsey back on the sidelines with his mentor, Pete Jenkins. That would be a dynamic tandem for this defensive line. So if what you're gonna say, Poe English, is gonna happen, if what you're suggesting is gonna happen, where we're gonna have bully ball, we're gonna be eating Milrow, we're all this stuff that I would love to see, and I think we're gonna see in doses and slivers. But if what you're saying is gonna happen, what we need to see is Mason Smith has his best game in an LSU uniform. That's what we're going to need to see. And I'm not saying he has 9 sacks and all this, some crazy, 7 TFL, no. He just has to be dominant. He has to be effective. He has to, drag these offensive linemen all over the place. Why don't we get more creative in where we position Mason Smith? It's not like he just can play nose tackle or something. He shouldn't even be at the 0 nose. Like, what the hell is this? Move him all over the place. Move him to every shade possible. He can play every technique possible on the defensive line. Move him around, for Christ's sake. Move Mason Smith around tonight. Let Jordan Jefferson clog. Let Jalen Lee clog. Let them destroy. But Mason Smith needs to be freed up to be a playmaker tonight up front. If what you are saying is going to happen, then that's what those coaches are going to do. Because unless the coaches set that up to happen schematically, it won't happen. Not against this offense. And this offense isn't even that good. They've got Alabama weapons. Isaiah Bond he's a back-breaking type of player. The catches he can make underneath or deep down the field, or the plays he can make in the return game, even just these little screen passes or little jet sweeps that they do with Isaiah Bond. They're killers. They're killers. Everyone's talking about Jermaine Burton. I think it's going to be Isaiah Bond who's the guy that we are really needing to watch out for when it comes to Alabama. Got some more comments in here. Tristan Sanchez says, they got my boy Braithwaite third on depth chart at all linebacker spots. Oh, yes. Let's take a look at that. We've got ours here. Where's our depth chart? We're always supposed to get it right around this time. Forgive me. Where the hell is our roster sheet? Tristan Sanchez has access to the roster, and I don't. What is going on? We are slipping. We are slipping, bro. Holy shit. Poe English says 38-20 Big Tigers. Man, Poe English, I love how badass you are. You swing a big stick. You probably got a big, and you're just a man who doesn't take any shit. You're just a dude who's like, hey, I'm Poe English. I'm coming in here to go scorched earth on all you bastards. And I respect that. I respect it. I hope that it continues. And man, you're what I love about LSU fans. Tristan Sanchez says, Does A&M's constant losses get us Relaford sooner rather than later, if he's even thinking about it? Or will we still need an official with him and his family? Never sleep on the fact that Relaford was overlooked by LSU. Never sleep on the fact that LSU are extremely late to the Relaford party. Never sleep on the fact that LSU, despite A&M's slip, despite all of the trending talk and all this stuff, we have a long way to go for LSU to really solidify any type of hooks into the Relaford commitment, even though things are going in a very, very, very good direction. it's right now. There's this the work has to be achieved. The work has to be done. Dude, don't whine so much. Sorry, that was from my coach. Sage, come on. You don't need to whine. We are now just under 45 minutes from kickoff, under 40 minutes from kickoff. I think with Relaford, there's a few things that need to happen still. A visit, hopefully another game of some sort that you can come see. That would be even beautiful. The LSU A&M game, if we can get him there. I'm not sure if he's already coming or what. I could be way off on that. He could already be coming to that game, and I'm just, not really up to date on that. But I've been talking to the man who is recruiting him, and we're in a lot better spot than we were. Well, I'll put it that way. I'll find out a lot more this week when I'm down in Louisiana, but I think you're going to like what you're going to hear, and I think it's just about LSU doing the work down the home stretch and just being patient and just hoping LSU's results on the field, as well as what our staff can provide him and kind of show him that what we can do with our consistency on the staff, that, hey, we're going to have these guys here. Frank Wilson is going to be someone who's going to stay on the staff. Cortez Hankton is going to be a guy that's going to stay on the staff. Coach Jimmy Lindsay, your defensive line coach, is going to stay on the staff, just regardless of how many defensive line coaches we've had in the last decade. Seems like not even the last decade. I think it was since 2016, since 2017, when Coach O officially moved from interim coach, D-line coach, to head coach, and turned over the D-line duties to Meatball Johnson. We have had 10 or something, 11 or something different D-line coaches. Ridiculous. Another big team right ahead of LSU go down, Oklahoma. Ranked number 9, they go down. So Mizzou go down, ranked ahead of LSU. Oklahoma go down, ranked ahead of LSU. And then if Alabama go down, that's another, LSU will be inside the top 10 comfortably with a win. I'm going to say it right here, right now. He plays his thing. I'm going to say it right here, right now before we sign off. Oh, wow, Thavanka De Silva, my man. What's up? Hi from Sri Lanka, 4:30 a.m. Sunday. God damn it, Sage. Seriously, dude. Your toys. He has to blast that damn thing. I'm almost done, dude. Then you can unleash your craziness for the next 3 hours while I try to watch a game. Thavanka De Silva says, hi from Sri Lanka, 4:30 a.m. Sunday, ready to watch some ball. Me too. I'm hoping my parents get here to watch this little guy so I can do that. Thavanka, my dude, you've been missing all season, man. Where have you been? I don't know what's going on with you, bro. We've barely seen you post on any of our stuff. Whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, whether it's YouTube, you've gone completely MIA. You have totally let us down. You've been a bad friend, Ivanka. You've been a bad friend. You've let us down in our time of need. You kicked us while we were down, Ivanka. You spat on our graves, Ivanka. I mean, what's next? Are you going to try and kidnap my son? Like, sometimes I wonder about you, Ivanka. You're a sick, sick man, Ivanka. Ivanka da Silva is a dangerous, dangerous man. Oh, I'm glad that people still have some humor in this world. Ivanka, I'm kidding, of course. You know I'm kidding. You know I love you. You know I say all that in jest and hilarity. You're a good dude, my man. You're a good dude. Ivanka says, busy with work. I have been reading your stuff, though. Hell yes, man. Hell yes. We've been working hard with the writing on that. We've been working damn hard with the writing. Thank you so much. Here's the thing, man. People who watch this stuff, they think that this is all we do. And then they're like, hey, man, you should expand and do the site. And I'm like, dude, if you go to a site, all of this shit is already there. Plus all of this other stuff. Literally thousands of other things. Thousands of other pieces of content. We've built up quite the digital library of content on that site, including the videos that are published here. And a lot that aren't published here. There's a ton in that archive that has never seen the light of day on YouTube, whether that's practice footage, whether that's interviews that we weren't allowed to release publicly, but we were allowed to release to subscribers. That's all there, including ones with LSU Tigers and their parents, people like that. Some media members, some stuff that made the cutting room floor for some of those interviews as well. So there's a lot of stuff on that site. Tristan Sanchez says, down go the Sooners. Ivanka, that's so badass of you to support the site like that, man. That means so much, brother. Because you're having to wake up at crazy times. You're having to deal with crazy time zones and all this stuff in just the distance from Sri Lanka cleared to the United States. I mean, brother, you are a grade A Tiger fan because you're going to be watching this game as the sun comes up. How many LSU fans in America would really do the same if it were the flip side? Like, hey, this week the Alabama game is going to be in not Pacific American, but Pacific Island time zone. How many would watch that game, at 5:30 in the morning until like 9 a.m.? I mean, God, that's quite a damn sacrifice. That's quite a damn unbelievable, motivating love for your Tigers. And that's why we love having Ivanka. I mean, I'm honored someone like you who's so invested in LSU supports what we do. Because that means we're a part of your good taste. Which means we must be doing something right. Right, Sage? We must be doing something right. Even though I've got my 1-year-old on a podcast with me, which is clearly not the right thing to do. He's literally breaking Ritz crackers and throwing them all over the place. Like, I am defeated. I am defeated by you, son. You have won. Ooh, look at it. Look at it. Look at it. It's Kelly and Saban. Kelly and Saban on the TV. Hoo, 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 hoo. What does Saban say? Pre-game.
Alabama, LSU.
Oh, well, it's a
Saban.
game that when I was on the other side, we had a tremendous amount of respect for Alabama. Now that I'm on this side, we have a tremendous amount of respect for LSU, and we've had some great games through the years. Lots of great players, in these games, and there's great players in this game tonight.
LSU has such an effective defense out there. Where does your defense need to thrive to shut down the Tigers?
Well, I think everybody's got to.
Saban, his face.
Move the point of attack with their option game.
Nick Saban's face.
To hurt you throwing the ball down the field. They got really good play action pass game. Offensive line is good. They can run the ball. They got a good back. So, when you talk about all those things, there's not just one thing you have to do.
Nick Saban's penis. See, that's the thing about this YouTube stuff is like you're never going to see me write that in an article. That's stuff I used to do in the articles. Like crazy humor. Now we kind of keep the articles a little more professional. There's some that we really get weird and experimental with, sure. But we kind of save the crazy unhinged part of what we do for this stuff. And so sometimes you might think, wow, that was wildly unprofessional. Wow, that was wildly controversial. Wow, that was nuts the way they filmed that. Was that how that should be done? Probably not. The answer to all those questions is probably not. It was probably as unorthodox, as irresponsible, as out of control as could possibly be done. And that's what we love about this side of things, is we can kind of do it all. And there aren't very many in LSU media who can. There's a lot of people in LSU media who break news, or try to. Or let me scrap that. Let's be honest here. There's only a very slim few who break news in LSU media. We're one of them. There's a vast amount of people who do podcasts and videos. We're one of them. There's kind of a slim to medium range of people who do blogs or write continuously about LSU. We are one of them as well. There are a extremely slim amount of LSU, people covering LSU in any way, shape, or form who went from a fan to being a card-carrying, certified, credentialed media member who has been to press conferences and has done interviews with most of the Tigers on the team. That is what we provide. And I'm sorry, if no one else is going to toot my horn, we're going to do it like Miles Davis on Sketches of Spain all fucking night long. And I'm sorry. If you don't want to hear it, if you don't want to, oh, Lon, how dare you tout something that you did that was great. I'm sorry. Watch someone else, because we don't have a giant team of people who kiss our ass all day. So maybe sometimes we have to say, hey, that was cool of what we did right there. So what? If we don't do it, no one will see it. So sometimes we have to do that. So you can see the position I'm in. You can see the position I'm in. Ole Miss are in the top 10 and get the win as well. That's another thing we're not talking about. Ole Miss still have the head-to-head over LSU. Wow. Oh, yeah. Notre Dame, who were ranked right behind LSU, lose to Clemson. Unbelievable. What a week for Dabo Swinney. Has to take shit from Tyler. Still gets the win. Sage, you can't do that. It's dangerous. All right, everybody. We will be seeing you post-game, which will begin. The post-game will begin tonight, not after the game. we are going to start this damn thing like midway through the fourth. We're going to start this thing the second that this little guy is like put to sleep, or like his mom comes, or like he's in a situation where he is out of the room and we can like go crazy and actually do this shit. We're going to be watching the game with him being watched by someone, so we can really go to town and kind of dissect what's going on. But a few things to get ready before then. So everyone, definitely go to LSUODYSSEY.com. Like some of the stuff if you haven't. Just give us some courtesy likes, just some little clicks there. Just to like that. Give us a comment of "Go Tigers!" Yeah. Some, just fake it up for us. Give us some puffy, pumped up, some love. Just simply say some love. Thank you all for watching. I mean, I didn't think so many people were watching until I saw that Tristan and Tavanka and Poe English and I think that was just it. We're watching, but you guys are awesome. Thank you for making this worthwhile. And sorry for my son's crazy gobbledygook talking in the background, but because of this, he will be even closer to speaking. All right, everybody. LSU Alabama is just about to start. This is crazy. I am freaking hyped. I am legit, like, it's going to be in the cold confines of Tuscaloosa's Bryant-Denny Stadium. I thought it was Brian Dennehy Stadium for the longest time, not Brian Denny, but my bad. Some people will get that joke. Some people will not get that joke, and I am comfortable with that. But we're going to see what type of game this is. 32-31 last year, final in overtime. It's been some blowouts for LSU lately, but also 20-14 in 2021 only held them to 6 rushing yards. Held Alabama to 6 rushing yards in that game. So you've seen LSU with a decimated defense. That 2021 defense missing more than half of their starters, including their first 3, their first string, second string, and third string corners, all gone for that game. Stingley, Ricks, 2 All-American guys, and then Flott, all gone. And they still balled out and gave that offense every opportunity to win the game. I mean, if you even do remotely half of that in tonight's game, Jaden Daniels probably puts up enough points that we win by 24, 27. I'm not kidding around. You hold them to like 150 yards rushing, 200 and something yards through the air, you're winning this game by like 15, right? Or is Alabama's defense going to really show up like that? Is Dallas Turner, Chris Braswell's pressures and sacks and forced fumbles off the edge going to really hurt us? Are they going to follow in that step of Will Anderson? Is Caleb Downs going to have that type of game? Is Kool-Aid McKinstry going to be able to shackle Malik Neighbors? Is that matchup going to even matter? Could they be okay? Kool-Aid, you're going to take out Malik. Okay. Do you know our number 2 receiver is number 1 in the nation in touchdowns? And then, by the way, our 3rd receiver is a guy who beat you last year, Mason Taylor. So I'm just, there's multitude of ways for LSU to win this game. There's a few ways LSU can lose it. But to me, it feels like there are more ways that LSU can win this game, more ways that LSU should be predicted as the winner. You're not going to see that narrative from the national people. But did the national people pick LSU to win the game last year? Did the national people pick LSU to win the game in 2019? Have the national people ever predicted LSU to beat Nick Saban in Alabama? The last time they did was the 2012 BCS national title game. And LSU got absolutely hosed in that game, so that they said, oh, shit, we can't ever pick LSU to win another game against Saban. And since then, they haven't. And here they are again. Everyone is picking against LSU, and I love it. I love it because we better show up in that stadium pissed off and ready to knock someone's face off, or we don't belong. Jaden Daniels getting loose. 3+ total touchdowns in 7 straight games. 22 minutes until kickoff, everybody. 22 minutes until kickoff. I can feel it. I can feel it. We are sponsored by Relief Med. Get your relief today at reliefmed.com. Louisiana's #1 pain relief headquarters. I mean, it is medical marijuana. Medical marijuana. It is illegal in the state. Take advantage of that legality. Go to reliefmed.com. Go to Relief Med's medical dispensary physically and pay them a visit. They sponsor the show. They believe in what the show is doing. We believe in what they're doing. It's a great partnership, and it's only the start of things. It's only gonna grow from here and get better. And so we're very happy to be part of the team. We're very excited to be part of the team. We feel like a lot in debt to them. Like we feel like thank you for really for believing in us. We think it's awesome that anyone does. And so when anyone does, we feel like if we believe in ourselves a ton, others will see it and believe in us as well. And then we believe in them, and we believe in each other, and everyone succeeds, and we all can rise. I mean, it's not a fable. It's not a utopia or a pipe dream. It's all possible. And I see it happen to people all the time. People who understand and people who take advantage of social media, people who take advantage of stupid laws in this country, people who take advantage of financial skills, whatever it is. I see a lot of people helping each other rise up in this country, and it's a beautiful thing. And that's something I've always wanted to do is basically just try and get successful to then help pay it forward, you know. And I'm not sure what that would look like, but it would definitely happen. And it would definitely happen on a sweet scale that would have something to do with LSU as well. Like pretty much everything. All right, enough pie in the sky ranting from me, everybody. Check us out, LSUODYSSEY.com, presented by Relief Med, reliefmed.com. Get your relief today. Louisiana's #1 pain relief headquarters. Everybody, we will see you after the game, possibly midway through the 4th quarter. Check your notifications. We are as hard to pin down as Axl Rose in the 90s sometimes.